Again, this is another 2.5-inch mini pot growth of a milkweed. It's not doing as well as I would have liked. It's not doing terrible, but it's not doing great. So try to maintain it, help it, give it a bit of water when it needs it. Looks like it needs a bit of water, but it looks also badly sunburned. So I'm not sure exactly what's leading to that. These were hardened off. Trying to protect it from a little bit of competition. Hopefully it gets established. Fingers crossed. This is more of the showy milkweed with the sunburn. Hoping it comes back. There's some signs that it might. There are also some signs that it's pretty hurting. Again, I would have hardened it off better and put it into 4-inch mini pots. Sadly, that's the last of, and you can see just a little bit of green in the top there, but not much. There's not a lot of hope left for these guys, but we'll see. They look very sunburned on the milkweed from the 2.5-inch mini pot. We'll have to give it more love. This is a 2.5-inch mini pot milkweed. It's doing relatively well, like compared to some of the others. There is some new growth on these ones, and I can detect it. Need to give it some more watering, need to help it get established. Probably would have hardened these off better and pushed them to 4-inch mini pots prior to planting if I knew they'd get this kind of response. This is one of the dwarf milkweeds or oval-leaf milkweeds. It's doing quite nicely despite some of the other ones having troubles. This is a 2.5-inch mini pot one. The leaves have kind of gone yellowed, but there is still some color. I'm trying to water it. It's in kind of it's not getting as much sun as some of the others. Also probably not getting quite as much water, but I have watered it once to kind of help it. But yeah, fingers crossed. This is a showy milkweed in a drier spot with a little bit of protection from some of the wind, and it's doing better. The leaves are a little bit curled. Could have used a little bit more water. I've watered it once in the last 2 weeks, but there's definitely stronger new growth here. And the older leaves, yeah, they're kind of yellowing and withering a bit, but these ones are among the better looking of all the ones I have. So not sure what the learnings here are, but go to 4-inch mini pots. This is the showy milkweed. The green growth, the newer green growth is doing much better than the older growth. So it looks like it's getting established. Just need to continue watering it, I think. This is a showy milkweed. I did come and water it. It did put on new growth, but it's not doing well. Looks like it's drying out, dying perhaps. Again, this is a 2.5-inch mini pot showy milkweed. Should have grown it on to a 4-inch pot before planting. All the 4-inch ones are doing better than this one. This one is my showy milkweed that was in. Is this a showy milkweed? I don't know if this is the showy milkweed or the oval-leafed milkweed, or that dwarf milkweed. And this is a 2.5-inch mini pot milkweed. It should have been potted up to 4 inches to help it do a little bit better. Learning. But definitely transplant that a little bit later and a little bit larger and help it with the transition. Not seeing a lot of new growth on this yet, and a bunch of the leaves have kind of turned color, like they're sunburned or something, but it was hardened off and the other ones have done fine. This one's taken it worse than others. This is showy milkweed. 2 weeks after planting, you can see that it's got newer growth that's starting and doing well. It's just getting established as best I can tell. The older leaves are starting to yellow and wither and die, but there is new growth coming, and I'm hoping that means that it's starting to get established. Some other ones nearby, similarly, and some new growth. So I think the new growth is a good sign. We'll see how those ones do. These are some showy milkweed that I really noticed the new growth. There's the new growth. Quite yellowing of some of the leaves, but I watered it once, kind of got neglected, needed some more attention, but I think it'll get established, and that's the key thing, and hopefully it comes back this year and next and starts usually in the second year producing some seed. Yeah, and start attracting pollinators. More showy milkweed. Nice new growth on the other side of this grass here. There we go. Nice new growth. There we go. Again, nice new growth on that one. Needed one watering, or had one watering. Probably needed a bit more, but it's going to get established. This one it lost a bunch of leaves. I'm not happy about that, but I need to monitor it. And the new leaves seem to be doing better, and the quality of the growth after planting is much better. And this is dieback of 2.5-inch mini pot showy milkweed. You can see the leaves have kind of crumpled up and died, but didn't do well. Didn't get water at the key time. I didn't plant it well. Should have grown it on a little bit bigger, and this is a learning phase for me.